Welcome you to this session on parallelogram. A parallelogram is a four-sided shape with opposite sides that are parallel to each other. Let's take a look at some of its properties. First, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in length. This means that if we measure one side, we know that the opposite side will be the same length. Another property of a parallelogram is that the opposite angles are equal. This means that if we measure one angle, we know that the opposite angle will be the same measurement. A third property of a parallelogram is that the opposite sides are parallel. This means that if we draw a line through the middle of a parallelogram, the line will be parallel to both pairs of opposite sides. Another important property of a parallelogram is its diagonals. A diagonal is a line segment that connects two non-adjacent vertices of a polygon. In a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other, meaning they cut each other in half. Implies AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD. Additionally, the diagonals of a parallelogram also divide the shape into two congruent triangles. This means that the two triangles created by the diagonals are the same shape and size. The area of a parallelogram is determined by multiplying the length of the base by the height. The base is any one of the parallel sides, and the height is the distance between the base and the opposite side. It's also important to notice that the area of a parallelogram is equal to the base times the height, regardless of the orientation of the parallelogram. Even if the parallelogram is turned or flipped, the area will still be the same. Another property of a parallelogram is that the sum of the interior angles is 360 degrees. The interior angles of a parallelogram add up to 360 degrees, just like any other polygon with four sides. So, in summary, a parallelogram has many properties that make it useful in various fields such as mathematics, physics and geometry. It's also important to remember that a rhombus and rectangle are types of parallelograms.